intelligent systems bridging emissions, emotions, and encryptions in the IoT age. Today, we have been joined by Dr. Shruti Agarwal. Dr.
Hi,
Shruti,
good afternoon, everyone.
good afternoon. Dr. Shruti Agarwal is a professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. I welcome you, Dr. Shruti. And we also have been joined by Dr. Vibhash Yadav. Good morning to you, sir.
Hello, morning to all.
Great. Dr. Vibhas is a professor in REC Banda. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So without further ado, let us start with the presentation now. So may I request paper ID 286. Are you present here, the authors of paper ID 286?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Sir, could you please share your screen and enlighten us?
Yeah. Just a moment. Yes. I think my slides are visible. Are the slides visible, sir? Can you confirm, please? So are my slides visible, sir?
It is visible. Before you start, I request all the authors to honor the 7 minutes time slot so that 5 to 7 minutes can be allotted to the presentation and it will be followed up by the discussion. So I request all the authors to follow this time frame given. Thank you so much. You can start your presentation, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So good morning, all. I'm B.S. Satpute. I'm affiliated to Jain University, Bangalore. Today, with me are my colleagues Rajesh Bharti, who is from DY Patil Institute of Technology, Pune, and Vasudev Rahane, who is from Sinhagar Institute, Pune, NBN Sinhagar, Pune. So today we are going to present our work on predictive modeling of CO2 vehicle CO2 emissions using machine learning techniques. It's a comprehensive analysis of automotive attributes. So these are the contents of our presentation. Abstract, introduction, literature survey, proposed architecture, result discussion, and conclusion. So this is the abstract of the our paper. So our goals, our main objective, our main goal is to explore the capabilities of machine learning in predicting vehicle CO2 emission. So the predictions will be based on various automotive attributes. So the datasets, which we used, these are the highlights of the dataset. The dataset included the brand, model, and type of the car. Then engine specifications, particularly the size and the number of cylinders. Then the type of the transmission and the fuel used by the car. Then the measurements of the fuel consumption in both urban and highway settings. Then the levels of CO2 emissions. Then the research goals are to develop the accurate machine learning models that can predict CO2 emissions from the vehicles. So these and provide these models as the valuable tool for the policymakers, manufacturers, and the consumers. So this could help in framing the policies, manufacturing eco-friendly vehicles, and making informed decisions as a consumer. Then the machine learning techniques used are regression algorithms, decision trees, ensemble methods, then neural networks. The outcomes of the project of this work are the best suited ML models for predicting the datasets CO2 emissions. and the emissions will be identified. And then analysis was conducted on how different sets of features like engine size, fuel type, etc., impact the model's performance. Then we got the insights we gathered the insights about the CO2 emissions. The background is the research
You're not audible to us, or is it just me? Um, Hello, dear author, you're not audible to us. Can you hear us?
Yes.
And your screen is stuck, and you're also not audible. Uh, Dr. Satpote, can you hear us? Okay, I think he is having a network error. So in the meanwhile, can I request?
Hello, sir.
Yes, are you able to connect?
Yes. No, sir.
Ah, yes, please say.
Yes, should I present, sir?
Yes, please present. Yes.
Sorry, sir. I am from this paper team, Satpute sir, and me and Rajesh Bharti. So we
Yes.
will resume very soon. Just to give sir 30 seconds. Satpute sir is joining.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, I got disconnected. Network problem. So let me.
Can you go to the results section, please?
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, so shall I talk a little bit about methodology and all that, sir?
Yes,
Data set.
in little brief, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so the data collection, the proposed architecture in this, we have data set of near about 7,500 vehicles, and the fundamental features like car make, car model, vehicle class, we consider. Then we consider some mechanical specifications like engine size, cylinders, transmission, fuel type, etc. Then we consider fuel consumption metrics on city and highway conditions, like mm, what is the fuel efficiency of the car. Then this data set captures the details of how CO2 emissions by a vehicle can vary with the different features. And this data set has been taken from Canada government official open data website. This contains data over a period of 7 years. Then we did in detail EDA of this exploratory data analysis. You can see here, this is the EDA of the data which we have gathered. data set which you have collected, you see the graphical, we can get the graphical insights from this EDA, like this figure which you are able to see. It's engine size versus CO2 emission, and the primary focus here is the correlation between the engine size of the vehicles and the corresponding CO2 emission. And the scatter plot, which is shown here. Here each dot represents a specific vehicle or a set of vehicles with a particular engine size, and it's associated with CO2 emission. Okay, so this is again a bar chart of average CO2 emission by fuel type. You can see, fuel type and the average CO2 emission in grams per kilometer. Then this is a KDE plot showing the probability density function of CO2 emissions. Again, CO2 emissions per gram and frequency. Then we have the proposed architecture algorithms which we use the algorithms like linear regression. Then this linear regression establishes the linear relation between variables and the CO2 emissions. Then it predicts the emissions based on the vehicle attributes. Then we have the decision tree algorithm. This algorithm breaks down the data set into smaller subsets in the hierarchical manner. So then we have the random forest algorithm, which is an ensemble learning combining multiple decision trees together. This captures the interaction and non-linearities for the better predictive accuracy. Then we also use support vector machines, which is a powerful algorithm often used for classification. There is a hyperplane separation of data points for the regression task. Here, the SVM tries to find the best hyperplane that separates the data into different classes and then it can handle both linear and non-linear relationships. Then we have the result and discussions. So the metrics used to evaluate the performance of the models are the mean squared errors or MSE and the mean absolute error or MAE. So the mean squared error for the linear regression is 30, which represents the average of the square differences between the predicted and the actual values. Then we have mean absolute error for this linear regression, which is 3.24. So this shows the average absolute difference between the predicted and the actual values again. Then for the decision tree, MSE is 14.27. Then you can see here the decision tree model has the lower MSE than the linear regression, which suggests that it might be better or it is a better fit for the data. Then decision tree MA is 1.86. Again, it's on the lower side than the linear regression, which implies that its predictions are on average and or closer to the actual values. Then we have the random forest MAC is 12.32. So again, it's even lower than the MSE of decision tree, which indicates that it may imply it may be the best performing model among the three models which you have seen: linear regression, decision tree, and random forest. Again, MAE for this random forest is 1.83, and it's again better than the decision tree. Then we have support vector machines. The MAC is quite higher here. It's 40.86, and it's very higher compared to the other models, which suggests that it's not best for this particular data set. And then MA is 9.54. Again, it is considerably higher. Again, MA also confirms or reaffirms that the predictions, actual predictions are kind of deviating from the actual values other than the models. Then we have the model insights and the recommendations. So linear regression, it's a simple model, but it's limited by the linear assumptions. It is assuming a linear relationship between the input features and the CO2 emission, which is the target variable. So this makes it less effective, right? So then we have decision tree. It captures the non-linear relationship between the variables, and which makes it better than the linear regression, right? But the problem with decision tree is it's prone to overfitting. That means it might perform well on the training data, but generalize. It may not generalize well. That means it may not behave very well with the unseen data. Then we have for the random forest, which has shown the best performance among the models which you have tested. Then one of the strength of the random forest is that it reduces the risk of the overfitting by aggregating the predictions from the multiple decision tree, right? Then we have support vector machine, which we have seen here that it is struggling a lot compared to other models, right? So that means this SVM is not quite well suited for this particular problem. Then we have the conclusion here. Uh, we we applied this machine learning for predicting CO2 emissions using data for over 7,500 vehicles. So the key insights which we got is machine learning models can accurately predict CO2 emissions, aiding environmental sustainability. Then implications for the industry. Uh, uh, Industries can optimize the vehicle design. Then we can inform the policy making for emission reductions. And then the significance is machine learning's potential in guiding decision making as the automotive industry aims to meet environmental standards. And the final thought is machine learning holds the promise in tackling the real world environmental problem like this one.
Okay,
So,
thank you
thank
for
you.
your work. And may I request panel members if they have any query? Okay.
Excuse
Yes.
me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Satpate, okay.
Yes, sir.
Actually, whatever data you have selected, is it on ideal situations or you have select different parameters for emission of CO2s?
Sir, this data is taken from the website of the Canada government, which is which contains the data spanned over the period of 7 years. So it is taken considering different conditions, environmental conditions, different highway conditions, city conditions, then yeah, different cars,
Actually,
different.
if you talk about the Indian continents, then
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
scenario is entirely different.
Right, sir. Right. Scenario is
So
different here in India.
it's quite difficult. I think that you must have some tolerance value because um, these are the ideal situation data.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. These are the
But
ideal situation.
if you talk about the scenario of our country, that is entirely different.
Yeah,
So
and in
that
our country also, sir, it depends on which city you are in
yeah,
or which
so
state you are in. Yeah, yeah. So it's
that's
very
why I have
difficult here.
asked that we can have the different parameters, and it's my suggestion that if you are working on such type of models, then you must categorize the locations or coordinates on the basis of their conditions. Then only we can get the accurate data, and definitely you must increase the sample size. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Do we have any other question? Otherwise, we can move to the next paper. Okay. Next paper
Excuse
is
me.
the yes.
Excuse me. May I present because I'm with urgency.
Paper ID
Paper ID 488.
488. It's from the last previous this thing, right?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah. You have given the timetable
Yes, yes.
10:45 morning.
Okay, no problem. You can select. You can present now. Yes.
Okay.
And I request you to please keep it really short and finish it in maybe 3 to 4 minutes,
Yeah,
because we don't want to take others' time. Thank you.
sure. Is it my slide is visible?
Can you repeat your paper ID?
488.
488.
Yes,
Mm,
Rima Verma. Paper's title is Enhancing Underwater Image Through Non-Local Prior Based Deals.
and your paper ID is 777. It's not 488.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. 777, yes.
Please. Okay, please go really fast. And I'm sorry, but we really have less time here. So
Sure, sure,
please.
sure, sure. Okay, my slide is visible now?
Everything is visible. Just please start.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rima Verma. My paper title is Enhancing Underwater Image Through Non-Local Prior-Based Dehazing. Actually, these are the contents like abstract, introduction, related works, proposed method, result and discussion, and conclusion and references. So these are the abstract. In the abstracts, like underwater exploration, we're talking about underwater exploration based on image dehazing technique. So basically, underwater exploration, marine biology, archaeologists have struggled with the same problem. Like basically, when we take the photographs of underwater images, we basically have a very poor quality images, like caused by haze as well as color distortion. So in these methods, what we are doing is we are proposing a image dehazing technique based on non-local price in order to improve the underwater images. So these are the introduction. One of the like obviously uh, the phenomena of light scattering as well as absorption with suspended particles basically create an haze, so in case of underwater images, which is very like which creates a poor quality images. So in order to improve the quality of underwater images, we have proposing a underwater dehazing methods in this method based on deep learning prior methods. So related works, we have gone through a lot of like literature surveys based on there are so many papers based on underwater image enhancement. So in overall,
Just show
like
your
so many
proposed methodology.
yes,
Just
ma'am.
show your just show your proposed methodology. What actually you have done.
Okay, okay. So in the proposed methodology, like I mentioned, we have not included all the computational methods. We have included only the theoretical ones. What we have done is we have used uh, what we have done is like we have used non-local price techniques in order to improve the low quality underwater images. So in the case, what we have done is non-local prior present various benefits in case of like possibility of underwater image. Like I said, it utilizes image redundancy technique. So basically, what will happen in order to reliably estimate, it eliminates haze from the entire images. So non-local prior methods basically capitalize on those recurrent patterns and structures. So it also manage color cast, like underwater image may have caused image to appear too blue or too green. So therefore, it importance to aware of effect on the avoids and those steps and all. So basically, see methods we have not included in this paper basically. So we have included compares our methods with different like techniques. We have validated our methods like with the dark channel price. We have compared with these things like DCP, color attenuation prime. These are the some of the methods we have compared our methods. So also the for the quantitative matrices, for quantitative analysis we have used PSNR, SSSM, UIQM, PCQM. These are the quantitative metrics to analyze the performance of the proposed methods. So these are the qualitative evaluation. So you can see from this diagram, this is the from left to right. So this is the methods. This is the images obtained through others method, like from DCP method, and this is the images obtained through CAP methods. After these, all these are the like algorithms based on dehazement, underwater dehazement only. So these are the images obtained through proposed methods. So when you can see this diagram, so the proposed method has enhances the quality of underwater images better than as compared to other methods. When you can see the other images also. These are the when you can see this is the images obtained through proposed methods. These are the images from other methods. So this is the images obtained through proposed method. When you can see the diagram, the enhancement has more higher as compared to other methods. So these are the quantitative result. When we can see like these are the methods compared with DCP, CAP, GADP, and the proposed method. When you can see the PSNR rate, structure similarity rate, UIQM rate, PCQI rate. So when you can see that PSNR rate is higher as compared to other methods. At the same time, structure similarity rate is also higher. UIQM rate is also higher. So when you can see that PSNR rate, structure similarity rate has to be higher when we are talking about the quality of images. So when you can see this table that our proposed method has got higher rates, higher PSNR rate, structure similarity as compared to other methods. Similarly to other two method images, for bluish color, bluish scene, same thing. The proposed method has got higher PSNR rate, structure similarity, UIKM, and PSCQR. At the same time, proposed method for another images where we have mentioned three images as a visually. So accordingly, the quantitative matrix has been generated for these three images also only for figure 1, 2, 3. So we have seen that from the result, all the proposed using the proposed method, we have got higher structure similarity rate, as well as PSNR rate, as well as visual quality also has a improvements there. So these are the conclusion is that we have studied initially, we have analyzed the underwater images using wide range of environment and difficulties. As we can see that as compared to qualitative as well as the quantitative analysis, we observed that the proposed method has higher like quantitative metrics. As at the same time, visual quality is better. So images are clearer and more aesthetically pleasing due to the restoration of lost features. At the same time, contrast enhancement as well as the elimination of as well color distortions observed during the comparisons. So these are the conclusions. So these are the references included in the paper. Thank you.
Rima, this is just a review type of paper.
It is not a review paper. This is actually research article. You have seen the we have
Can
seen
you
the
let us
comparison
know
of.
that what are the attributes which you have selected for qualitative evaluation?
Yes, sir.
What are the different attributes which you have selected for qualitative evaluation?
Yes, yes, yes. This is the
Attributes
qualitative.
and matrices. No,
Yeah, these are the
attributes and
matrices.
matrices which are responsible for evaluation of your qualitative parameters.
For quantitative, we have like I mentioned for quantitative, we have included
Qualitative.
qualitative only the visually quality we have seen.
No, you must
So
have
these are the
some
qualitative.
matrices.
See, this is the image
Listen,
is
just listen the question. If
yes,
we are verifying anything, then we cannot take 2 or 3 pictures and with the naked eye or with the aspects we can say that the quality of this picture is good.
yes,
You must have some attributes, responsible matrices which will let us know that okay, these are the factors on the basis of that we are saying that the quality of this picture is better than this one or it is good than this one and so on, whatever.
yes.
So can you tell me what are those parameters or attributes? The correct word is attribute.
Attributes is like we are comparing based on contrast. At the same time, we are comparing based on
Okay, that's
noise.
all from my side. That's all from my side.
Okay, any other question from any panel member? Okay, thank you so much for your presentation. Let us move to the next paper,
Thank you.
with paper ID 348.
Yes, sir.
Paper ID 348. Are you present here?
Yes, sir.
Please share your screen. Requesting you to respect the time frame of 5
Right.
minutes, please.
Okay, sir.
Paper present. Huh? There are some questions.
Sir, good morning to all and present here. I am Tarun Kumar, from a PhD research scholar, School of Basic Science and Research from Sharda University, Uttar Pradesh, under the supervision of Dr. Ashish Singh and Dr. Rajendra Kumar. Now, my paper title is Motion Recognition based on the physiological signal using machine learning techniques. And my paper ID is 348. Now these are the content of my research paper. Now I will discuss abstract. Basically, physiologically signals are different like EEG, ECG, RSP, and EMG. But now in this research paper, I have discussed only EEG signals or biomedical signals for recognize the emotions and calculate the accuracy of the proposed method and with F1 score. And in the last week, just compare the proposed method with other recent studies and using the deep data standard database for the data acquisition. Now, brain-computer interface basically comes from the human-computer interface. It includes voice control systems, eye tracking systems, and PCI. PCI basically communicate between the brain and the systems. It's a very promising tool for the physical disabled people, those who are not connect directly. And it's basically mostly depend on the EEG signals because if we connect the system through EEG signals, there is no medical expertise and no medical experience is required for this process. So that's why we select EEG. Now the introduction basically comes emotion basically is the feeling and state of the mind, and we read some parameter as from the EEG signal, then just compare it and just calculate the which category of emotions is display and the mind basically this type of emotions feel. These are the freely available data set for EEG signals. Now the existing system, if we are talking about the existing system, there is different methods. Basically, if we are talking about the challenge, there is no standard formula to extract the EEG features and to choose to select the classifier using the machine learning approach. But in this our research paper, we have discussed the best classifiers and different EEG features and just calculate the features, and on the basis of the features, we just calculate the accuracy and F1 score. Now these are the literature survey. This survey basically used to compare the results of my proposed methods, and my result basically is the difference which we are using in the literature survey. Now this is the main proposed architecture. Basically, it's divided the 4 steps. First, physiologically signal acquisition. We just receive the data from the deep database set and extract the EEG signals, then extract the features. EEG features basically depend upon the frequency. 6 different type of feature extraction, just like a theta, delta, beta, and gamma. Then using the machine learning classifier, and after using the classifier, using the validation technique to test and train the data, we just categorize the emotions just like a valency, arousal, similarity, and liking. There are 4 different categories of the emotions. Now, if we are talking about the data sets, in number of participants, basically 16 male and 16 female, and watching 14 videos with 4 level of data set like valency, liking, arousal, and dominance. Down the rating value for the each level 1 to 9, we just mark and we just give the value 1 to 9. And then if we just compare, use our methods and just implement in the MATLAB, and after analyzing or after running the code, the results was proposed method is accuracy for this emotions is 0.79, and then the F1 score is 5. If we just compare this value from the reference number 10, in reference number 10, basically emotions basically defined into 3 category only. There is no data for the dominance, but in our case, we have just covered dominance also and compare with this method, and our result basically as good in comparison of this research paper. Now, in our result basically compare with other results also, just like MESO 2019 papers basically divided into 2 class problems, and these are the accuracy and F1. In this paper, only valency emotions are considered, not arousal, liking, and similarity. So if we are talking about the valency emotions, so our proposed method basically gives the accuracy 74, and then along with the F1 score is 0.18. Now another comparison of my results with 25 reference number, accuracy and F1 score. In this reference number, 2 category are defined, that is valency and arousal, not liking and similarity. And then again comparison with our data, these are our result 74, accuracy and F1 score is 80. Now we just compile the data in MATLAB and just comparison our data with different research paper. So we feel that there is some difference in our results and data. Now this is the another research paper in comparison with my research paper results. And this is one more another comparison. This is the proposed methods 79, 74, 73, and 80% stick for our methods. And these are the another research paper, and there are the different values. But 70 plus values are very rare. In this case, only research paper number 13, accuracy is 75.19, but they are using only 8 participants in 2 class problem. But we are using 16 plus 16, 32 participants, and our results is quietly larger than this value. Now the further improvements, if we are talking about the further enhancement, we can use another methods to better accuracy and different sensors like EMG, RSP. We just extract these type of signals and just comparison and calculate the emotion on the basis of this type of biosensors. These are the references which we have used and take idea from this research paper and just compare them some results. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, panel members, any questions?
Okay, from my side.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now can we have the next paper ID 473?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, please share your screen.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Shavi Sharma, and I'm honored to be here today on behalf of me and my co-authors, Adarsh Pandey, Sushrit Mishra, sir, Vandana Sharma, ma'am, and Ahmed Alkayat, sir. Today, I'm here to discuss a topic that is reshaping the landscape of machine learning and data security. Our paper is titled Convergence of Federated Learning and Blockchain Surveying Cross-Domain Applications, and it is a privilege to share our findings with you. This will be the course of our presentation. Sir, are you saying something? Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please discuss your abstract methodology and result, please.
Okay. So starting with the abstract, federated learning is a concept that is rapidly gaining traction as a powerful method for machine learning. It is basically celebrated for its unique ability to facilitate model training on decentralized data sources, while at the same time preserving information privacy and data integrity. And that is where blockchain comes into play, as it is also known for its similar attributes of enhancing privacy, security, and transparency. So today we will basically delve into our study of the amalgamation of these two techniques. Moving on to the introduction, basically this talks about what we are working with, the two technologies, federated learning and blockchain. Federated learning is a novel and ingenious proposition that is used in machine learning and facilitates model training on decentralized data sources. And blockchain is a groundbreaking innovation that is used for its decentralized, immutable, and transparent ledger. Moving on to the proposed architecture. So this is the heart of our research, which basically involves involves 9 steps, starting from data pre-processing to model deployment. The workflow model ensures data confidentiality, protection, and collaboration in machine learning. So before starting with federated learning, pre-processing begins. It prepares the data by handling inconsistencies and particularly focusing on normalization. The next part is the federated learning algorithm itself that basically enables the collaborative model training while also preserving data privacy. Now, the next step is data validation, which is considered to be a crucial step. It ensures that authenticity and integrity of data are maintained. So to encourage participation and collaboration, we have also put in place an incentive system that rewards valuable contributions. The result of this entire process of 9 steps is a trained model that is ready for deployment. These are the results that we discovered while training our model. We evaluated critical metrics, including throughput and cipher size for the proposed model. Through graphs, we illustrated trends in cipher size, throughput, and classification accuracy. Our simulation results indicated a linear relationship between cipher size and gradient count. The average throughput recorded is 1.7 bytes per second, and our model achieves a commendable mean accuracy of 87.1% for 50 epochs. So as we conclude, we look to the future. There are several avenues that could be looked forward for further exploration and improvement. We suggest basically investigating consensus mechanisms, smart contracts, and scalable federated learning in a more diversified sense. With this, I come to the conclusion of my presentation. These are the references. Thank you.
Okay, so in federated learning, the sharing of data is not allowed. So how we can make this machine more robust?
Sir, that is why we have made it a combination of blockchain as well, because blockchain facilitates faster sharing of data while also maintaining the privacy of the data.
Can we apply the traditional approaches of security for such type of models instead of blockchain?
So there are algorithms like homomorphic encryption, which basically facilitate training a model at different locations and then basically on encrypted data without decrypting it. So the
Actually, if
privacy
we
is
are using the blockchain, number of facilities are provided by itself. But if you are going for the traditional approaches, then at least we have some, you can say, spaces through which we can easily go for some sort of research type of things, that what actually is happening behind those things. So it's my just
yes, sir.
suggestion that to validate the model, it would be better if you select one traditional approach and with blockchain and so on. Anyway,
Okay,
it's
sir.
okay from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And the next paper is 371, ID 371. ID 371 is present here. Next paper ID is 320. Paper ID 320 is present here.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Paper ID, please share your screen. Paper ID 320.
Okay. Sir, my presentation is visible.
Yes, it is visible. Your paper ID is 320,
20.
right?
Yes.
320. Okay, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon to all. Myself, Dr. Suvarna Sharma, affiliated from Chitkara University, Institute of Engineering and Technology, Chitkara University, Punjab. Here, title of my paper is Concession Mechanism Analysis, a remedy for the Byzantine genome. Basically, it is a review paper for concession mechanism. So these are the content that we covered in our paper. So here we have extract the foundational technology behind the Bitcoin is blockchain. Blockchain is a gaining more and more attention across numerous industries as a result of the growth in value and reliable functioning of Bitcoin. Blockchain has the quality of decentralization, consistency, security, and immutability. This might lead to changes in the network architecture, the blockchain efficiency. The blockchain efficiency and safety are maintained in large part by the concession algorithm. The performance of blockchain application may be significantly improved by the use of the proper algorithm. The principles and traits of the concession algorithm, as well as the functionality and use of a variety of concession mechanisms, are discussed in this article. In addition, we provide an overview of current and potential future development in blockchain technology, as well as technical advice on choosing an appropriate consensus method for our application. So for first is what is the blockchain? As we know, blockchain technology is a digital record keeping system that uses a distributed database to store an ever-growing list of immutable blocks. Blockchain is a chain of blocks where each block contains the data.
Just discuss about your work. We all know
Okay.
what actually blockchain is.
Okay. So, sir, in this, we just read some concession mechanism articles, and we find out these are the method that we covered, some concession mechanism that we covered in our literature review, and here we provide the comparison of these mechanisms based on some features. These features are what is the energy cost
Change your
process.
slides. Also change your
Yes.
slides. We are on the
So,
second slide, that is contents.
oh, maybe.
Coordinator, please take care of these things.
So now it is visible.
Yeah, please.
Okay, maybe some technical issue. Sorry for that. So here, these are the comparison of concession mechanisms that we covered in our article based on some properties like energy cost, processing cost, blockchain type, node size, what is the scalability, concession finality, and concession percentage. So based on our survey, the here we have technical advice on choosing an appropriate concession method. Selecting the appropriate method for a blockchain for your blockchain system is a critical decision that can significantly impact the performance, security, and scalability of the network. Here is some technical advice on how to choose the right method and an overview of current and potential future development in blockchain technology. First, understand what is your use case. The first step in choosing consideration method is to understand the topic, specific use case, and requirement of your blockchain application. Consider the factors like the need for decentralization, security, scalability, energy efficiency, and latency. So, what are the future enhancements? Some potential future enhancement and development in concession mechanism for blockchain. First point is proof of stake. In proof of stake improvements, we have 2 points. First, we enhancement security and attack resistance. Second is improved decentralization. So we can work on that. In proof of work enhancement, uh, first way we can cover is energy efficient of POW or GPU and ASIC resistance. In hybrid concession mechanism, combining POW and POS, hybrid concession mechanism that combine the strength of POW and POS may become more prevalent. They can provide enhanced security and scalability feature. In fourth point, the delegated proof of stake improvements, enhanced decentralization, where future of DPoS system has seek to reduce centralization concerns by implementing features that
I think we
encourage
can,
a
okay, author, I think we, as a panel member, we can see here the future enhancement. I request if we have any further questions from the panel member for, about this presentation. If not, then thank you for your presentation. Now we'll be moving for the next presentation, please.
thank you, sir.
The next paper ID is paper ID 9. Is paper ID 9 present here?
Yes, sir.
Please share your screen.
So, good morning, sir. I'm Navneet Verma from PITE Institute, and my co-authors are Dr. Sumit Rana, Shivani Gaba, and Dr. Shelly Nagpal. And my title is Exploring the Potential of IoT in Healthcare, Challenges and Opportunities. So, here are the content part: abstract introduction, existing system, literature, proposed methodology, results, conclusion, and references. So first of all, in abstract, with the recent advancement in IoT, we can monitor the patient by well-suited IoT protocol. So here we are proposing a new protocol for patient monitoring that is based on hybrid and enhanced adaptive data rate, which is long-range communication protocol. And in figure 1 and 2, we can see the growth of IoT and use of IoT in healthcare. As you all know that it was firstly started by Kevin Austin in 1999. And after that, in 2003 and 5, publications started on IoT, and IPFS started in 2008. And then IPv6 was launched especially for IoT devices. And after that, Alliance started. And here in figure 2, you can see when a sensor sends the data from a body, and we can send it on some gateway node, and with the help of fog computing, or you can directly send the data to the doctor, or you can send it through the cloud based system, storage system. And after that, a doctor can analyze the data regarding the severity level of disease. So at present, long range is basically based on adaptive data rate technology, and that is used by also the LTE frequency band, because ADR is basically used 800 megahertz to 21 megahertz frequency band, and which is very limited to thousands of end devices. So that's why we suggested the new hybrid and enhanced based long range protocol. So in introduction part, as you all know, what is IoT? IoT is basically the extension of internet, and that is beyond from all environment processes and other things. Further,
Dear
if we
author,
talk
I
about
request we can skip to the introduction and the literature, and we can go to the methodology and the results, please.
So, in this diagram, we can see we have divided all the IoT techniques in two parts: long range and short range. If we want to cover a remote area with more than thousands of patients, then Z-Wave, BLE, ZigBee, they are not fit. And if we talk about Sigfox, LoRaWAN, and NB-IoT, they are a little bit fit for the remote area, but Sigfox is designed only for the speed 100 Bps, and LoRaWAN is used for both urban and rural area, and the range is 0.25 to 5.5 kbps. So, as per our literature review, we find out that LoRa is the fit protocol for remote monitoring, but there are few drawbacks, like frequency range in ADR, which is used by the LoRaWAN, is 800 megahertz to 21 megahertz, as earlier I told you, which can handle tens to thousands of end devices. Other than this, it is basically designed for the situation with steady radio conditions. And other thing is, majority of ADR protocols now in use are designed for homogeneous end devices. But we assume that IoT is basically for heterogeneous end devices. And data rate adaptation by end devices is not specified by the other alliances. So in this second diagram, we can see the flow chart, how we can increase the frequency of header from 800 megahertz to 24 gigahertz to 54 gigahertz, which can handle more end devices, right? And it is designed to cover the unstable frequency condition in case of rain or bad weather condition. further, it is designed for heterogeneous end devices, means dynamic end devices, and data rate adaptation by end devices is specified here, right? So there are few prerequisite for this environment, like how many nodes will send the data, that is the data rate of that particular network. So in this scenario, we have taken 60 nodes. If 60 nodes are responding, I'll accept that particular data rate, and that data rate will be accepted by the gateway node. And the time duration, in how much time it is responding, and that is taken by minus 30 nanoseconds. If the nodes are responding in minus 30 nanoseconds, it means that range is acceptable. So I implemented all these header-based LoRa in Kotinki Kuja simulator, and we can see here that like these purple nodes are dynamic nodes, and this system is accepting the range of 24 gigahertz to 54 gigahertz, and dynamic nodes are also communicating, right? If you want to see the implementation part, here we can see the implementation part. Right, we are firstly implementing the static nodes.
Okay, Navneet, what is difference between IPv4 and IPv6?
IPv4 and V6. IPv4 is 32-bit and IPv6 is 128 bits. And further, if you talk about the difference between WSN and IoT, uh, uh, intra-network nodes based on IPv4. And if we talk about the gateway nodes, it is based on IPv6 protocol. Right, sir?
Okay, okay. Thank you. Next को बुला लिए. Call the next one.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next paper ID is 7. Sorry. Next paper ID is 133. 133, securing the connected
Yes, sir.
field.
Yes, sir.
Please share your work.
Someone has already shared. Can you please remove that?
Share now, you will be able to share it.
Okay. Yeah, is my screen visible now?
Visible, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Amna Rao, and I'll be presenting the paper on behalf of my team. The name of my paper is Securing the Connected Future, a comprehensive analysis of challenges, threats, and prospects in IoT security. These are the contents of the paper, which we'll be further discussing. So let's jump to the abstract first of all. As we know that it's the new technology with the new challenges and opportunities, and explore to IoT ecosystem, the security challenges and barriers. This research paper will be presenting the comprehensive review of the current state of IoT security, and we'll be basically focusing on the challenges and the security issues, that is the significant threats to the potential future of IoT. Basically, we'll be telling you and the enhancement about the future, like what will be the security challenges in the future. So the next slide will be the introduction part, which is like IoT will be telling us the possible sense and operate devices from distance to like current network infrastructure. And the centralized server collects the training results without the involvement of the user data. And the aggregated training results for further processed and used for the like training and update of global model present at the centralized cloud services. The purpose of the paper will be like analyzing the IoT, the architecture, the layers, some fundamental works that is related to this paper, the IoT, and the services that are offered by it. Then the communication is the process, like exchanging the information from people, and it can be like shared in the set of signs, symbols, or like the behaviors. Then we can also tell that communication channel can be like expressing the ideas, thoughts, or feelings, etc.
Requesting you to please move to the methodology part.
Okay, so as we move to forward, the challenges that IoT has adopted, the parameters you can see over here can be like cybersecurity, the legal installed base, and the social political concerns and all. So this is basically the graph which is telling us, and according to the reports, the frequency of the data that breaches dramatically increases since 2015, and it is increasing day by day. So like 60% of them has already occurred. Okay, and another survey has found that 63% of IoT users use gadgets, disturbing owning the tech security. And approx 90% of the consumers lack confidence in IoT cybersecurity. So that's why when we talk about the existing system, the security and privacy concerns, the interoperability, the scalability, power consumption, and cost, uh, these are the literature survey that we have done. There are many papers that read and have been written. Then the proposed architecture. What are the main things that come into the scene is basically integrity. Then we know that integrity is to the like prioritizing the data security and authorized individuals to access the data. Then comes the selection part, where we see the purpose of IoT is to select the proper data that has to be user friendly and availability and the module of the IoT things. Then authenticity, we know that it is basically the main thing that a concern of the security to authenticate the object to the person or the organization or anything. Then quick fix can be discussed previously, and it is like generally any computer network system that measure the threats, confidentiality, integrity, or availability things. The fundamental goals of the next comes is variation, which can link the diverse entity with varying the potential complexity and the providers. Then then left is key management. Okay, the key management can ensure that the data secrecy in the IoT devices and IoT sensors can be replaced, like some encryption resources or the lightweight management methods, etc. Then encryption part is left. Okay, the standards and regulations must exist to the like guarantee the data is handled, it is safeguarded, and it is well sent virtually. So it's all the things that we are seeing here. Then the results and the conclusion of the paper is basically to address the IoT challenges, barriers to foster a like, secure, sustainable ecosystem. And it should protect the system, network, and data from all kind of vulnerabilities and the challenges that it is facing, to remove them and to get us a very well-shaped future of IoT. These are some future enhancements that we have talked about, like the connectivity. It should be increased, like daily life should have more connectivity, like 5G and future. Then edge computing. It should be like vast amount of data is generating, and like for the decision making capabilities and real time processing, the cloud services should be centralized. Then AI and ML integration part. Like everything is controlled by ML now, so we can optimize the role in IoT system, and using AI and ML in the IoT, we can connect them and get more personalized experiences. Then enhance the security measures, which can be done to like for safeguarding the IoT ecosystems and industrial IoT growth, like which is what is the future of IoT? It will be IIoT. It will be the advanced uh, term for IoT. It will be these are the final differences that we have used for the PPT. Rest are in the paper. Thank you from our side.
Okay, thank you. And can we have some queries from the session members?
Okay, call the next one.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for the presentation. And the next paper ID is 133, Securing the Connected Future. This paper ID was 133, right?
Yes, sir. 133.
Right. The next paper ID is 41, Navigating the Challenges of Security and Privacy. Navigating the Challenges of Security and Privacy. Paper ID 41. Are you present here? Paper ID 41.
Good
Paper
afternoon
ID.
to all. Yes, sir. I'm in Seerat Kausar, present.
Paper ID 41.
Hanji sir, yes sir, present sir. I'm starting with the.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, okay.
Is my screen visible?
It is visible. Please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So my topic for the presentation is navigating the challenges of security and privacy in the Internet of Things ecosystem. These are the contents of my PPT. What we have done in this paper, actually, myself, Manseerat, Saranjit Kaur, and Dr. Nanchukla, we three people have written this paper. And this paper is all about the layers, architecture of IoT, and the challenges that we are facing when we are working with the IoT. And when we talk about IoT, Internet of Things constitute a rebellion of the Internet, which is used in contact to the devices over it that they can share data and information to create the useful services and applications. If we know today's scenario, Internet of Things is being used everywhere nowadays, even at the in the houses, offices, everywhere. Internet of Things is being useful, but the main concern of I can say about the Internet of Things is the security and privacy. So in this paper, we have discussed about the challenges and all about the security and privacy concerns that we are facing. Now, when we talk about IoT is a very young area of technology, but unlike any other IoT area, IoT is growing. The Internet of Things refers to any device that can connect to the internet and other devices. These linked gadgets can also exchange data with one another. The Internet of Things is a vast network.
Don't tell about IoT. Just show your work.
Yes. Internet of Things.
What actually you have done, just show those things.
Yes, sir.
What actually you have done, what you are proposing, just show us those things only.
Sir, actually, we have this is a review paper where we have.
So what you have reviewed, how many number of papers, what you have concluded from those reviews, just show those things only.
Okay, sir. So basically, sir, we have discussed in this paper about the three layers that are being used. First one is the perception layer, then is the network layer, and then the application layer. When we talk about this perception layer, this is also known as sensor layer. And this layer locates, collects, and prepares data before sending it to the network layer. And when we talk about the network layer, it is a functional layer of this structure. Data from the perception layer is received by this layer, which then transmits the data to the application layer, like the hubs, switches, gateways, and other technologies. Like nowadays, we are using 3G, 4G, 5G, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. They all are being included in the network layer. And when we talk about the application layer, the IoT in this, at this layer, the IoT clearly serves its intended function for offering a variety of smart environment applications. So common IoT application, when we talk about applications, then the IoT is being used in smart cities, smart homes, smart offices, smart transportation, etc. And IoT has both personal uses, like those for the mobile apps or for smart wearable gadgets, and industrial ones, such those for, I will say, the vehicles, like the they are automatically being driven. In that also we are using this IoT. And when we are basically in these papers, we have discussed the different types of attacks that we find in the various layers. Like we have discussed some of the attacks that are on the perception layer. Like the first one is the node capture layer, node capture attack. So basically in this type of attack, the hacker physically swaps sorts an Internet of Things device for a modified one, or modifies the hardware of
What
the
is the difference between active attack and passive attack?
Sir, according to me, active attack, that is on the we
Whatever
have
type of attacks you have mentioned here, whether these are active attacks or passive attacks. थोड़ा सा और रिव्यू करिए हैं चीजों को. Please continue.
Yes, sir. So, sir, when we were talking about the attacks, active attacks, hacker directly attack, I think, on the system or the network.
It's okay. Just complete your presentation.
Okay,
Just complete.
Like in the node capture attack, the hacker physically swaps out an Internet of Things device for a modified one, or modifies the hardware of an input-output device, so that it will enable him to connect to the network, and through the network, the hacker is going to steal the
It's
packet.
okay. Just come on your results and conclusions.
Okay, sir. So, when we are talking about the conclusion, this paper is a brief introduction, like about the Internet of Things, and already I have discussed about the 3-layer design, and it is all about the IoT security requirements, issues, and some problems with the security and privacy that we are having, that we have also discussed in this paper. And this paper highlights the main security issues with the IoT systems. The IoT hazards have been divided into various groups for easier understanding. So additionally, a true comparison of each class is being done in this paper. So networks attacks are those involve like malicious nodes being injected into a network to steal the information packets and slow the network down. So attackers use side channels, asserts to concurrently attack security and privacy of the users. So attackers use the description key to transform encrypted text into the plain text during the attacks. So every layer of the input-output framework is open to attack. So as a result, there are several security threats, and that demands met to meet means we need to study more on the types of attacks that are hiking the information of the users, as well as affecting the privacy of the data. Thank you, sir.
Can we go to the next paper, sir?
Yeah, please. How many are left?
I think 4. 4 or 5 or less. 4 or less.
Sir,
Can we
my
have
paper.
paper ID 336, assessing the effectiveness of predictive maintenance? 336. Paper ID 336.
Sir, my
Yes.
paper ID is 371.
371. Okay, go ahead, present it. Paper ID 371.
Okay. Can I present, sir?
Please do, and try to finish your presentation in 4 or 5 minutes, please.
Okay. It is visible now, sir?
Visible now. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all, everyone present over here. Myself, Gaurav Kumar. I am the research scholar in the Department of CA, GL University, Mathura. My paper title is An Autonomous Emotion Recognition Strategy Employing Deep Learning for Self-Learning. And these are the table of content which I have covered. First one is the abstract. Facial expression deserve and unique, just like the play a pivot role, and the understanding human communication and humor and accurate predictive of the facial experiences, and not only the revival of the emotion strategy, and also the enhance the control, just like the CNN and wholes of the CNN outputs performance of the achieving the over 65% classify accuracy of the 32,000 diver, and face in the FERC 2013 data set. We have to and the AlexNet architecture of the acceleration learning and advanced of facial emotion identification. And these are the introduction part in artificial intelligence system, just like the imitating the human thinking and function has been driving the force since inception of the computer, and increasing the computing power and additive of the intent of the having accelerated development of the quick learning machine and the neural network inspired by the human brain, just like the neurons, and when the exploring the intelligent self-learning system and the network of the overall, we have to making the suitable task like the neural language processing and image recognition with the potential bridge of the gap between the computer and human cognitive ability. And these are the existing system. Neural network are used to modern artificial intelligence and recognize face in the photographs, videos, and inline the visual data. And the face recognition has the practical application in just like the law enforcement, crowd control, and automated tasks like the Google Street View face, and the in Google Street View face, and just like the friend tag is on the Facebook and other things. And advance in the emotion recognition technology enable the computing analyze facial components and either the emotion state, and in impacting the field survival of the sociological studies. And emotion detection enhance user experience over by the more and sensitive interaction with the areas such as the customer service, mental health support, and industrial technology, just like the bridging of the gap between the human technology. And these are the literature review
Can
in
you
the
skip this part
Just
and
show
move
your
on
work, bhai. Just show
our
your
work?
work.
these are the
Yes.
objective. Okay, sure, sir. These are the objective, these are the proposed architecture, and these are the overall proposed architecture we have to explain in the CNN architecture. We have to commonly use to deep learning, just like the input layer, the
We
48 by
understand the panel here understands CNN architecture. What
okay.
have you done
These
in
are
this
the
architecture? You
these
you
are
you
the
tell that.
these are the result and discussion part.
Now,
uh,
have you created any new architecture, or I mean, what have you done here? I mean, CNN architecture is already
See,
there.
I not explain in the PPT, but paper in the
What was your
explain.
input
Actually,
here?
actually, you are six authors, okay,
Yes,
and you are
yes,
just showing the result apart from CNN and all those architecture. What is
yeah.
your role in this paper? Your research scholar of MTech or PhD?
PhD, sir.
PhD. So what
Yeah.
actually you are doing?
I'm the model
So you
of
will
the.
have 5 guides in your doctorate.
No, sir. All are collaborate with us.
भाई PhD के पेपर के लिए you have only your name and your mentor's name.
Right, guide's name and your name, and that too for
It
5
will
to
not be
5
Now,
considered in the RDC.
now, these are the area of the research in. So I will now not decided in the research area.
But you
Dear,
just call the next one.
Previous 6 month, I will now going on the coursework of
if
my
we talk
PhD work.
about this work, I mean, we don't understand what you are trying to show here. I mean, what is your input and what is the output? That is also not clear. What are you trying to show here?
Sir, we have to model trend and accuracy with.
I mean, suppose we don't, suppose the session, the panels don't know anything about it. Like a layman, in a very simple words, tell us what you have done in this work.
Uh, uh, just like we can say, we have to train a
Suppose you are
model and
telling it to a 5-year-old in a very simple language. Tell us what you have done here.
we have to train exact extract data set from and train a model and find the accuracy.
Of
Which
what?
model? Which model?
CNN
But
model.
he just call the next one. Actually, he is little bit confused and at very early stages. It's my suggestion to you, who is the presenter of this paper. Don't come with such type of papers. It will definitely decrease the integrity of the conferences.
It also, yes, please try to have some, concrete something, and try to first identify the objectives properly. That is our suggestion to you. We don't want to demotivate you, but please work more on this. That is the suggestion of this panel.
These are
Thank you.
just the suggestions because you are the PhD scholar. You have to more focus on your concepts.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
yes, exactly. That is our humble suggestion, and all the best for your work. And I wish to see you next time with the more concrete work. With that
Okay, sir.
said,
Sure.
we are moving to the next presentation.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Okay, thank you. The next paper is 336. The next paper is 336, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm just sharing my screen.
Yes.
Is my screen visible to you?
It is visible. Please go ahead. And please requesting you to keep in mind the 5 minutes time frame. Discuss your work only. That is.
Okay, just let me just put it in running mode first. Okay, my name is Aparna Sharma, and I have my co-author with me, Ms. Divya Rastogi. We both are from Shada University, Greater Noida, and my topic is assessing the effectiveness of predictive maintenance for Internet of Things networks by using reinforcement learning. And my paper ID is 336. These are the contents which I'm going to cover in my presentation. So in this paper we will discover, this is the basically abstract of my paper. This paper will discover how AI based in reinforcement learning can be used to enhance IoT networks, and how it can be more advantageous with additional facts and resources to provide greater accuracy and improved accuracy over the years. And the main factors which we are focusing on this paper is to maximize the ability of predictive prediction for IoT networks, to ensure the facts which are gathered from the sensors and are attached to a network are best and well utilized. This is basically the introduction about the IoT. We all are aware about the IoT. It is the interconnection of different things which are having sensors are connected through internet and will be able to communicate to each other. But right now we are focusing on two techniques in our paper. Firstly, it includes predictive maintenance, and
by use to make predictive maintenance, we are using reinforcement learning. Predictive maintenance basically uses statistical pushed analysis to determine a particular device circumstance and where preservation is necessary. That means it will help the IoT devices to take away unplanned downtime and reduce operational costs. And by applying reinforcement, gaining knowledge of predictive maintenance for IoT networks, we can facilitate a merger fee. Reinforcement is basically getting to know a machine is gaining a knowledge of a technique or not.
I
And
request you to please skip the introduction part as the session members know about this. We are
So
more
this is
interested in your work.
Okay, this is basically how predictive maintenance work, and the key points which we have covered in this paper is firstly we have focused on progress performance. By using predictive preservation for IoT network, we can pick the forthcoming problems earlier when they grow to be most essential problems. And if we will be able to identify these problems on early phases, it will dramatically reduce the time and price associated with solving those protection related problems on linked devices. Now, second factor which is considered on this paper is elevated safety. IoT preservation network can offer vital records to monitor gadgets and alert operators to able to protect secure protection issues.
Is it a review paper or?
Yes, sir. It's a review paper only. But we have
Have you created a model, or it's just a literature survey you are doing?
Sir, actually we have used we have just written a survey on how we can increase the performance of predictive maintenance by using
Please go to your results section.
Okay. So this is basically the model which we are considering for predictive maintenance by using reinforcement learning. Whenever user will send a particular request, that model will be trained according to this particular architecture. In the center of this diagram, if we can say see there is a model training, and this section is particularly focusing on process of training a model, and the model is trained on the base of digital twin technology. Okay, whenever the user request will be there, a digital twin will be there to train a model, and the machine will act on the real time data to detect any kind of anomaly. These are the results after applying the reinforcement learning. This is how the results have been drastically improved and changed in the graphs.
Now, are these your results, or are these someone else's results?
These are results, but someone else's papers results, but we have just compared different papers and then combine and conclude these
I do
results.
not see any references also. How can you use somebody
Sir,
else's?
there are some references which I have included in this presentation. There are more than 20 references which I have taken.
Can you show the comparison of the results? Can you
I
explain?
have just included the comparison in the forms of graphs only, sir.
Can you explain what's going on here?
It is basically the learning percentage is shown depending upon the different criterias of a model.
And which algorithm, which reinforcement learning algorithm has been used here?
There is no algorithm used over here. We have just read some papers and just concluded the results from them only. We have not used any kind of algorithm over here.
Sir, do you want to ask any question?
Okay. I have asked sufficient questions.
Thank you, sir.
Next. Next is paper ID. This was paper ID 336, right?
336, sir.
And the next paper ID, it's probably the last here. It is the 406. Paper ID 406.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Please present your work.
Yes, sir. Sir, is my screen visible?
It is visible, yes.
Yes, sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pransh Malik. I am a student of Graphic Art University, Dehradun, and my research paper is based on the enhancing data security in networking through AES encryption and steganography. It's a comparative analysis of DES and AES algorithm. The co-authors of this paper is Ayush Balodi, Prerna Rawat ma'am, Purushottam Das sir, and Dr. Garan Singh sir, and Manisha Manjul ma'am. So these are the content which we are going to cover that in this presentation. So I will be discussing about them. So in the abstract, we know that in the today's era, information has been become a crucial thing which we should use in a very encrypted way, so that any unauthorized access to that information can be avoided. So we have popular methods. We have addressed the popular methods in this cryptography and steganography. Cryptography involves encrypting and decrypting data to ensure its security, while steganography conceals data within non-secure files to avoid the data breaches. We have the need to combine build a secure network that is not visible for hackers. Like we have combined the steganography with cryptography so that the data can be avoided by unauthorized access, and the data is hidden in the another format file, like in the images and audio videos, so that data cannot be visible and the hacker cannot understand that which data is what exactly data is transmitting over the public networks. So in the introduction, as we have the transmission of data, which is very crucial for the organization. For the organization, it is to be safe and reliable. So the encryption provides protection for the data being transmitted to hide unwanted attention, and steganography is added to the picture. So common industry security practices include encrypting data using hashing techniques and to protect database protect by firewalls to prevent unauthorized access. So while these major enhance data security within the storage environment, the transmission of data remains a potential vulnerability point. The combination of steganography with encryption provides a better way to transmit data, to avoid breaches, and to ensure safe access at user point. Currently, this is the existing system. We have AES, which we widely use for the encrypting data and is considered highly secure. It is used in various applications, including secure communications. And we also have a very new technology kind like RSA, which is a very popular public encryption system, which is also used for secure data transmissions. Although considered less secure than AES, DES is still used in legacy. Why DES is a brute force kind of approach, and it is not able to handle the large kind of data. So for that we use AES, and the visual cryptography is used to secure, distribute, and protect visual information. It is often used in watermarking, authentication, privacy preserving applications. The steganography technique involve hiding data within images like audio or other media to prevent sensitive information, and we embed that data into these another format files. End-to-end encryption is used in messaging apps and email services to ensure that only the intended recipients can decrypt and read messages. So these are the literature survey which we have done, like extended video cryptography paper. We studied about that. We also studied cipher encryption with bit insertion.
What you have done, just tell us those things. This is just the concepts of cryptography.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes.
My basic question is why you have selected this data encryption standard and advanced encryption standard? Why not SHA algorithm or hash algorithm or MD5? Why not use those things?
Yes, sir.
These
So
are the very
actually,
basic things. No one is using these techniques nowadays.
yes, sir. Actually, sir, we are new in this cryptography field. So we were
And again, my question is same. You have used the name of a professor who is from JNU and number of authors are there. मतलब I think that त्रिपाठी जी जरा देखिए भाई क्या है ये सब.
yes, sir. Actually,
exactly. That is the same problem which we are having here. Then so many number of authors and the work looks really basic here.
yes, sir.
What
Actually,
to say?
This is not a class where we are going to explain DS or AES type of things. Okay. I'm not criticizing you, but you must be much more sincere whenever you are presenting any paper on an international platform.
Yes,
Yes.
actually, sir, we tried to make a comparative analysis between these
अभी
algorithms like
ऐसा है
AS
ना
and
कि
DR.
तो अभी जो whatever the things which are in the latest form, ठीक है ना, मैसेज डाइजेस्ट क्या होते
Yes,
हैं,
sir.
SHA algorithms क्या होती हैं, these are the things which will pretend you to move in a better direction.
Absolutely right, sir. Completely agree with you. And dear scholar as well, it is take it as a good feedback and try to, because you are absolutely, it's a conference are supposed to present a
Though
novel.
steganography is not used nowadays, these are orthodox techniques.
Definitely. So we don't want to, because I hope you are sincere, you will understand. So we don't want to, discourage you. It's just that it will be really nice to see some interesting work. However, I mean, that is just our humble submission to you and nothing else. Just try to, next time, try to have some more novelty in this work. That is all I have to say here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Priyansh, the thing
Yes,
is,
sir.
do at least one thing. What you have increased or whatever you have changed the, suppose if you are changing the pattern of bits in DS, then what will happen? If we are, why we are taking 16 rounds in the DS? Okay,
Yes,
so these are the questions. If you are increasing the rounds from 16, something like avalanche effect and all those things, so come on those things. Actually,
yes,
whatever research we all are doing, that must be in the favor of the society. Okay, so
yes,
okay, it's your very initial phase. In a future, as Tripathi told, that try to motivate yourself.
yes, sir, sure, sure. So we will make a we will try to do a further like research in this field, and we will go further
Absolutely. And
as we
don't try to publish 100 paper. Publish just
Yeah,
one paper, but publish very good paper.
yes,
That,
yes, sir.
and I myself talk about this, sir, that our academic, we should now shape, because now this is a generative AI times.
yeah,
Preparing paper is very easy. You write something, Chat GPT is giving you everything. So I'm pretty sure in the next few years, this paper publishing and all this thing is going to be
yeah.
redundant.
Redundant. That,
So
that is very much true. Even though number of scholars are working on the data set, they are just collecting the data and applying the different AI techniques. That is also not too much useful.
what I suggest, okay, we are deviating from this, but I think
Yeah. Okay.
you have raised a very
Just
important.
conclude. Just conclude, Priyans.
Just concluding here, so because the teacher has just woken up among us and researchers, so we should just conclude it. But I will just sum it up that now we should just focus on the quality work, because the AI is taking over. Writing something is not a challenge. Generating a new data is not a challenge. As a human being, we should focus our energy in developing something new, maybe which has already been done in America or USA. Maybe for Indian perspective, then that can be redone to help the society. That is my last line, and I think that's all from my side here. And I think it's okay. You can go to show your results finally, and we will conclude then.
Yes, sir. So in the results, we have find that encryption and picture embedding, we see it for the into 216 picture we used for the embedding the data into this, and we with the secret key and the salt value which we assigned to the message which we have embedded in the, in this picture.
I think that's all. I think.
And because the timing analysis, like this at a time analysis in which we find that the AS algorithm uh, is algorithm of for the
Okay, thank you, Mr. Priyans. Thank you
okay, sir.
so much for your work. Okay, and all the best to you.
Okay,
Now,
thank you, sir. So, and
yeah. Okay. Now, do we have any other participants who has to present any work or who has not presented anything quickly? Because from my side, all the papers have been presented. Is there anyone who has not presented? Okay, in that case, Dr. Vibhas, I really thank you for taking out your time, and
Thank
the
you.
suggestions which you have given to the in this forum is really nice, and you have motivated the researchers as well. So I really thank you, and you have been very attentive throughout. So my appreciations to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I also would like to thank Dr. Shruti for your time. So with that, I request the IT team to please end the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Requesting IT team to end the session, please.